Thanks for clicking on the video. My name's Tom Alsop, and I'm going to give you my no-nonsense approach for finding the perfect forehand grip. The first thing to understand is your grip is going to be unique to you. Everyone has different size hands, different shape hands. People have different size grips. Mine happens to be a 4 1/4. Some people have massive fat grips. Also, different brands, different racket brands have different shape handles, and all of this changes how your hand sits on the racket. So you don't really want to be copying someone else's grip. Yes, it's kind of useful to understand what a Eastern grip is and what a semi-Western grip is, but how you find that is going to be unique to you. You're going to have to find something that's comfortable for you, and in my opinion, sits in that range of Eastern to semi-Western. Now, that is not to say that you can't be successful using a continental grip. There's been great tennis players hitting continental grip forehands. There's benefits to that. You can slice and volley and serve all with the same grip. So if you're using that and you like it, stick with it. Likewise, if you have a Western grip and you're making it work, maybe you slice low balls that are tricky to get under with that grip, and you just work around it, work around the sort of disadvantages of that grip, and you hit great shots still with that grip, then stick with it. No one's telling you to change. Well, I'm not telling you to change. However, if you're a beginner or you're looking to develop a better forehand, you're not happy with your current forehand, I would personally try to use an Eastern or a semi-Western grip. Now, how do you find that? Well, it's pretty simple. We're gonna bounce the ball on the floor. We're gonna have our arm above, on top of the racket, I should say, supporting the racket. And if you can do this, you're going to be in Eastern / semi-Western, depending on how you do it. Now, obviously, we can bounce the ball in a number of ways. You could bounce it like this, or you could bounce it like this. So, you know, it's not foolproof in that sense, but if the arm is on top of the racket and you can bounce it like this, then you have a good grip. Now, what I want you to do is hit the ball after you've bounced it. So bounce it and hit it. That one I use the slight semi-Western. The more semi-Western I go, the more rubbish I am. I have an Eastern forehand grip, so for me this feels more comfortable. But whether you're here or here, it doesn't really matter. Find somewhere where your hand feels great on the racket and where you can bounce it and hit it. Now, it's not just about doing this and finding the grip, or so that you can find the grip. It's to understand that this is where you want to be at the point of contact. You want your arm and your hand behind the racket. Sorry, is that distracting when I'm bouncing the ball and talking at the same time? But my point here is, when I'm hitting the ball, obviously that way, with my grip, my Eastern grip, I feel like my hand is behind the racket, my arm is behind the racket, and I can support the contact. You know, when that ball hits the racket, I have leverage, I have support, I'm stable. My hand and my arm are behind the racket. If you are semi-Western, you'll feel the same thing. However, if you're continental, your hand is no longer behind the racket, your arm isn't behind the racket. And if you are Western, again, you're not really behind the racket there. You don't have that leverage. So for me, feel like your arm and your hand are behind the racket. And a great way of doing that is to just bounce the ball and then hit a forehand. You'll be able to find the grip that's right for you, that feels comfortable, and that works.